a valiant soldier in the ranks. We've lost him to the female trickery of feminism, but it's okay. We're going to keep on pushing.
What's up, Alpha? It's your boy, Alpha. I'm looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Putting it in your face.
Oh, that was crazy. That's not where I thought he was going.
Whoa. I ain't got no problem with dark-skinned girls. I bang them all the time. Wait, hold on.
How have you done it, Joe?
What's good? Back again like we never left. Yes, it's your boy Monray Hudson, aka the Champs, are here. And of course, hosting Make It Make Sense, the podcast, and I'm not alone. I have some other champions with me. First and foremost, we have the champions of villainy. First, the amazing Spider Cam, aka 49er Nation. How you doing today, sir?
You know, we're sad, depressed, eager to try and get a win tomorrow in prime time, 8:20 against the Dallas Cowboys. You know, it's a rough season, but you know, we're here, and I'm still hopeful.
Yeah,
even grateful.
Hopeful and grateful. Speaking of hopeful and grateful, we have the great one, the one full of hope himself. Unico Williams, how you doing today?
Anime kid, that shot and talk to girls, kid. I'm good, y'all. I'm high. Miss y'all, per usual. Life is life, but I'm glad I'm living mine. Watching Boardwalk Empire, y'all East Coast folk might know about that. And oh yeah, sports. Let's talk about it. Gambling. No, oh wait, not that one.
I mean, you can gamble, but we have Blur Cartel and make it make sense. And Williams.com do not advocate for the gambling on sports shows or anything of that nature.
I won't advocate for gambling, but I won't endorse it.
We won't endorse that here. But
wait, this ain't on Kick or Rumble right now. Oh shoot.
Of course, we have your week 7 updates, but we're gonna do something a little different on Make It Make Sense podcast. Instead of going through all the individual games, I'm gonna do you one a little bit better. I prefer to we're just gonna pull up the statistics of the teams, what they're currently looking at, since right now the season is it's a little up and down for a lot of teams. So we'll casually go through them. You know, right now the NFC East, least what it used to be. Right now the Commanders, shockingly, are sitting at 5-2 at the top. We got the Eagles right behind them at 4-2. The 3-3 Cowboys holding steady with a big game tomorrow, as you've already heard. And then, of course, the Giants getting ready for their next draft pick in the 2026 season. So we have them. But then, of course, right under them, we have the NFC West. We have the Seahawks, shockingly, barely leading the NFC West in a little 2-game margin, 4-3. While the rest of the teams down there are 3-4 as of currently standing. And then, of course, we move on to the next one, of course. We have the AFC North. The Ravens, not shockingly, leading at 5-2, but a narrow lead because right behind them, due to tiebreakers, is the Steelers at 5-2. Then we have the Bengals after a horribly slow start at 3-4, and the Browns getting ready for another draft pick next year, 2026. Then, of course, not shockingly, we have the Texans at 5-2 leading their division, followed by the Colts, who are wondering at quarterback right now at 4-3. Then the Jaguars and the Titans getting ready for their next draft pick next season. We have them. We move along to the AFC East. Somewhat shockingly, the Bills leading far and away at 5-2, while everybody else is either trying to turn their season around due to questions at quarterback with the Dolphins, or the Jets to question their entire organization at 2-5, and the Patriots getting ready for another draft pick about Drake May. And then, of course, not shockingly, the Chiefs 6-0, blazing the trail. Then the Broncos second behind them at 4-3, surprisingly with a winning record. The Chargers holding steady, and the Raiders getting ready for the 2026 draft pick. And then finally, we have what may be the shock of the year with how strong this division is, the NFC North. All teams over 500, and not close either. All teams over 500. Lions at 5-1, Vikings 5-2, Packers at 5-2 with them, and the Bears are 4-2. And then, of course, we have the NFC South. Falcons leading at 4-3, narrowly above the Buccaneers, who have now gotten the case of the injury bug after losing Chris Godwin for the year, and Mike Evans is injured for the foreseeable future. Then the Saints and the Panthers getting ready for another draft pick in the 2026 season. So, as we look at the standings over the last 7 weeks, I simply asked my crew under y'all, what is the most shocking thing about these standings that you've seen? You can give me a team shocking, you can give me their record shocking. Just what is the most shocking thing you've seen thus far this season when it comes to the teams or their records? Amazing Spider Cam, you are up first.
One thing that's not shocking is the Jets. You thought the end all be all was going to be getting Aaron Rodgers full healthy season. Oh, last year was a fluke. He got injured in the second snap. Oh, and they struggled. And then now you got Aaron Rodgers for a full 7 games. No struggling. You got Hassan Reddick that bent the knee. You got Devontae Adams that complained his way out of Las Vegas.
Mhm.
You also have Robert Sala getting the burnt at the stake and saying it got to be him. Everything else is the problem besides Aaron Rodgers, who's playing bad. And also the offensive coordinator for calling just like horrible plays. It's just not making any sense. You get Devontae Adams, you undercut Garrett Wilson as being the number 1 receiver. Now Devontae is going to be the number 1 receiver. It got to be the Jets as most just like boneheaded shit ever. And that's for the AFC. The NFC, it's the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, come on. I mean, you had a problem in the beginning of the season where you wasn't going to be able to pay all 3 players, whether it be Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, or Dak Prescott. And you continue to pay Dak Prescott for whatever. For 3-3, and don't get me wrong, y'all could have had Derrick Henry. You could have. You could have had Derrick Henry, but no, Derrick Henry was worth too much. So what you paid in Ezekiel Elliott and other players, $9 million was too much for Derrick Henry. I mean, the guy leading the league in rushing touchdowns, the guy that, well, not rushing touchdowns, leading the league in rushing yards and gets a touchdown every game. And the Ravens are just like, oh well, all right, we'll take your spoils. But that's just the obvious. I guess the undertone is just the most surprising would be the Commanders. We don't know how Jaden Daniels was going to be, but it's RG3. We got the reinsurgence of RG3. He can run the football. He can pass very well. Terry McLaurin's back in the lineup, looking great, looking like maybe a top 10 wide receiver. And we always knew the Commanders had a good defense. Very underrated defense. The first team to stop the tush push, and everybody learned against them. But I'm surprised they're 5-2 compared to Dallas, who last year didn't really lose at home. Now they getting owned at home. The Giants are going to be ass, and Nick Sirianni's playing for his life right now as the head coach of the Eagles. So I guess that'll be surprising for the NFC. The AFC surprising. The Steelers quarterback controversy right now because Justin Fields is playing great and he got benched. He had 10 touchdowns to 1 pick and you got benched for Russell Wilson, who also played great and won his game. And 5-2 tied with the Ravens, who just are steamrolling teams, and Steelers are just quietly getting wins. Najee Harris, Warren. You got 2 good backs. You got George Pickens coming into the fold as one of the better receivers in the league, and Justin Fields finding a way. He's not the greatest. It's not like ESPN top 10, but he's finding a way. And let's give it to the kicker, Chris Bowell, that just like automatic from making field goals. Hey, that's 3 points, and they add up. They've been adding up for the Steelers, but the Steelers been looking good lately. You still got TJ Watt in the backfield. It doesn't matter. I mean, just put him up for Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe he's looking for it. I mean, those are the 2 surprising factors to me. We all know the Ravens going to lead the league because we all know the Bengals start out slow. So I expected the Ravens to be great, but the Steelers are right there tied up.
Unico Williams, your surprising thing from these teams?
Yes, there's a few surprising things. First off, let me go to the NFC East real quick, if y'all don't mind. That division is the new NFC East. Remember how they used to be always like whoever gets 8-8, you in, and you might get a wild card spot. You know, back in them 16 game days, you might if they was beating up on each other like the Big Ten and in football. But I'm seeing Commanders got promise. I saw it earlier last year. I saw it was there. They was just needing like who is just that quarterback. And I think that's what they were missing. They had a solid defense. They're a solid football team. It's just like missing that. But I hate this for you, but I pray on a Cowboys under 500 record come Monday morning. I'm hoping that. But I'm leaving it at that. Seahawks. I mean not Seahawks, but the NFC West. Shout out to Gino trying to hold up his end of the deal as best he can in a very tough division. Trying to figure out. There's 3 teams in the division that are on fraud alert, but the Seahawks is like on the bubble as frauds too. But I just want to give my last thing is in regards to NFC. The Lions gotta be pissed. We got Aaron Rodgers out of here. They got Sam Darnold starting. There's a rookie. You 5-1 in week. It's close. After all these years, the Lions look like a dominant team. And it's close. I'm sorry, Detroit. But what up though? I'm sorry. I hate that for y'all. But y'all work so hard to become a great team. Now everybody want to be great with y'all. Even the Bears, who I was very concerned about because their offense still pretty much stinks. But when they go, I'm still seeing.
I like the Bears offense. Bears offense looking good. Caleb Williams is setting in fine. DeAndre Swift carrying off when he did with Philadelphia. Keenan Allen being a veteran presence on the wide receiver team. And he's wide receiver 2 to DJ Moore. And DJ Moore is going to ball out. You got also, I like Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet's top 5 tight end in the league. I mean, just call it is what it is. I like the Bears offense.
Well,
the Bears defense always been good, but they are very deserving of their 4-2 record.
Right now, they're 4-0 at home. Let's wait until it gets a little bit colder and let's see if that offense.
They won in England. They beat the shit out of fucking Trevor Lawrence, the bum.
Okay, fair enough. Now, next step in the parade. Let me get to the AFC East. I'll make this quick. I saw what that boy name is, 17 for the quarterback, Allen, Josh Allen. I looked up and he's still in the MVP rankings. And I actually had to go, like, he's in the top 4 of MVP leaders. And I was like, why are y'all still talking about this dude? I'm looking at the games they did win. They was beating boys down. So Josh Allen is slowly but surely, I think we got a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC that's essentially saying, I got to beat Mahomes. And I'm not surprised at any of this other than I think the Colts can pull away. But the thing is, I'm with you on this, Cam, in regards to the Steelers and Ravens and essentially more or less the Steelers, because I love the fact that Justin Fields is they got a good problem, if that's what you want to call it. It's just a good problem. You got 2 good quarterbacks. But, I mean, I think that's hard because Russ be balling sometimes. But it's just lately, I mean, you couldn't play for Sean Payton. Apparently, I don't know what the deal is, what happened with Russell Wilson. But I think that Broncos are showing themselves they hanging in there right now. But that's a big surprise for me for the AFC, period. It's just it is that quarterback controversy, and really Josh Allen keeps coming back every time we got him down. So
listen, don't forget, Myron, before you move on. I know you're moving on. Listen, we're one game out. We're one game out. That's all we need. So listen, if we win, we're 4-4. We're one game out.
To give my little spiel, I think the most surprising thing for me this season was not to talk down on things, but I think the Buccaneers to me was probably like the more shocking thing because just looked at last year like, okay, maybe it was a little bit of a fluke that they did well, got in the playoffs, but then they started out this year looking very good. Their offense was clicking on all cylinders, even though they took some shots on defense. It looked like they were very in line to possibly win their division, or at least be in the running for it quite viciously with the Falcons. I mean, especially that Falcons Buccaneers game that went overtime was insane. So I was very shocked at that, and actually to keep in mind, the Buccaneers actually is the only loss on the Lions record, and we look at the Lions as the top 3 team in the league. So it was very surprising that the Buccaneers was doing so well. Now, unfortunately, it might be over with because their schedule gets a little rough, and they are missing their top 2 wide receivers. So it might be a little rough, but I think to me that was one of the most surprising things. That and just how dominant the NFC North is as a whole. I had said probably a couple weeks ago they literally might be the first team or one of the first teams in NFL history to have all 4 of their teams make the playoffs. It's very on the table that they could do that. Now, looking at the Bears' schedule going forward, we're talking about Caleb Williams. They've gotten wins against a Rams team with no wide receivers essentially to work with, at least not the top 2. And then the Titans, the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Panthers. So basically, Caleb Williams has gotten his wins off scrub teams for the most part. So, as their schedule gets a little bit more difficult, we'll see what they're made of. But all the other teams above them, I could see easily making the playoffs at this point. So if they make all, that'd be like the other shocking thing for me, And, shout out to the amazing Spider Cam. He wants to bring up the wonderful NFC West. I'll probably say that's probably the most shocking thing for me on a negative standpoint, just how that division has fallen. But it's more fallen because of injuries, not just like overall talent or something. The 49ers got bit by the injury bug. The Rams got bit by the injury bug early. But we see as of Thursday night that the Rams, when they have their pieces, their offense is fire. So, everybody healthy. So theirs is probably a bit of a crapshoot, like just who's going to come out of it. Like, it's a really big game between the Cowboys and 49ers. It'll go a long way toward determining possibly who makes it into the playoffs, because as you look at the playoff race starting to sort of shape itself out as you get into the middling part of the season, you got to look at it as with the Lions, Vikings, Packers, and Bears all looking very good. You only can win 3 wild card spots, and there's only one division winner. So just say the Lions go on to win. If they take up the other 3 wild card spots, you're only trying to get into the playoffs is winning your division, because it might not be another wild card spot there. If it is, I honestly think you're gonna fight for it with the Bears or whatever they're gonna be at. So that game is big. That game is very big for everybody involved, especially for the NFC East, because the Commanders and Eagles look like they're gonna be a slugfest, and a lot of these divisional games haven't really happened yet. So we better get some round robins going for this. But before we move on to the NBA, we'll go over the slate of games that goes on this tomorrow. Beginning, we saw the Thursday night, a little bit of a shocker where the Rams came out blazing and beat Minnesota 30-20 through a controversial safety call at the end of the game. Of course, we got there. But upcoming Sunday on the 27th, take a little gander at what we got to work with. So first, we have Baltimore going to Cleveland. Pretty sure everybody here is going to be agreeing to Baltimore.
Who's starting at quarterback for Cleveland?
That's a wonderful question. At this point, we're probably going to look at them getting slaughtered.
I think it's
DTR?
Dorian Finney?
No, it could be. I'm actually not sure who's starting.
Man, they don't want to. Man,
I thought no. It's Jameis. It's Jameis.
Jameis is starting at quarterback. And
Jameis.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It should be Jameis Winston. Yeah, he announced it's Jameis Winston.
Do y'all see 11-6? I'm just asking. Do y'all see 11?
Baltimore running roughshod over that team probably, so they'll continue onward. We got Tennessee going to Detroit. That's probably gonna be another slaughter. With Detroit probably winning.
Listen, I know y'all ain't betting, man, but Dave Montgomery anytime touchdown. That's all I'm saying. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown.
We'll let Amazing Spider Can let you know what the quote unquote bet for or anything of that nature as we go through the teams. All right, we got Indy going to Houston. This was the one of the games Houston actually struggled with, I believe, earlier in the season. But this time
round 2.
Home. I don't think nobody will be upset.
I got Houston.
I think everybody
on paper, Houston's supposed to win.
Even though Jonathan Taylor is back, but
I don't know what I'm getting out of my quarterback. That's my problem with this, with the Colts right now. Who are you today? Who are you going to be? What mask are you putting on? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, Anthony Richardson still starting, so he's gonna be slung all over the field one way or the other.
With whoever team, anybody can get here, but anybody can get a catch tomorrow. I might get a catch sitting right here in front of this computer.
We got Green Bay going to Jacksonville, which should be another slaughter.
Should be
another slaughter. I haven't seen any upsets yet. Although we might go to this first one here. We have Arizona going to Miami. The return of Tua Tagovailoa is official. He's going to be starting this week at home against an Arizona team that's very vulnerable. Is Miami finally going to be back on track? I think they will. I'm picking the Miami Dolphins to look
put the Guardians cap on that man.
Please. Man, put the whole thing on this shit, and add the Dollar Tree bag too, just in case. The Dollar General bag, just add that for extra protection as well, like because them bags they don't break.
All right, we're looking at that. Next, we move forward to the 3:00 games. We have New Orleans going to the Los Angeles Chargers in a game nobody probably wants to see. Spencer Rattler with maybe Chris Olave, maybe Taysom Hill coming back versus the Los Angeles Chargers and whoever is that wide receiver for them at this point. Oh, probably a game.
We're gonna have Dicker the kicker finish this one out, I guess.
I just hate this because the Saints do this to the great city of New Orleans every year. Man, y'all look so good, y'all first couple games, but down the drain.
Roll.
Derek Carr is definitely getting the boos down there in New Orleans. They looking for Jameis, anybody's.
We got it. Next, we do have finally an interesting one. We have Buffalo going to Seattle, a very pivotal game for Seattle's leading the division at 4-3 with a narrow lead.
I don't think DK is playing, so
gonna look ugly. Let's take a gander. Bills at Seahawks. Yeah, he is going to miss the game, unfortunately. So they're going to be missing DK Metcalf. Can Geno pull it out? He is leading the league right now in throwing yards. So
I need Geno to do good against Josh Allen so we can start the conversation back up. Because y'all had Lamar Jackson's name in y'all mouth way too much over the past week. Can he do it? Can he pull it off? Can he be? Nobody puts pressure on Josh Allen. I don't get it. So I need a quarterback to come out there and do his thing.
I say Allen, he is going to be missing Curtis Samuel on the throwing in, but his new toy, not as a toy person, but his new receiver, Mari Cooper, is going to be playing. We'll see what they look like going on the road. Then we have a slobber knocker of rookie quarterbacks, the #1 draft pick versus the #2 draft pick. As long as I believe he is playing, we will have the Chicago Bears going to Washington. Who you got in this game, Dylan?
Low scoring affair. I don't know. I think
we got a slobber knocker.
I'm gonna give it to the Bears, maybe on momentum alone.
But right now, Jaden Daniels is going to be a game time decision with the rib injury. We're not sure if he's playing or not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give it to Caleb because he's 100%.
So I'm going to look ugly.
I hate that. The NFL is going to try and make that boy play for Washington. So I mean that's you only get so many games, and this is the first big game that they had in a while, in a sense, in terms of years. So if he ain't playing, Chicago and that defense just gonna have to keep on backing that young brother up.
I said it will be Mariota at the helm if Daniels is not able to go.
Oh man!
I think a challenging defense. I think a wide receiver play. I think if Daniels can't go, I think Chicago squeaks a win by off of Mariota interception, maybe. Because he might not look as good against the Bears as he did against the Panthers, but we will see. Then we got another ugly one. Carolina, speaking of which, going to Denver. I think it's gonna be a nice smothering game, just like we saw when Denver played the Saints. But,
Denver smokes Bo. I got Bo Nix like 100 yards rushing.
Oh boy, so another smoker. Then we have Kansas City going to the Raiders in Las Vegas. I think it's gonna be another.
What are they playing for? What is Las Vegas playing for at this point? I don't even know what are they
They're playing to get paid, sir. They're playing.
Okay. The check.
Their wide receiver one is Jacoby Myers, so
yeah, playing to get paid. We gotta make sure I understood that. And then
Game
of course,
game time checks.
we got the game of the week. The game of the week of the night, prime time, Dallas off of the bye, headed to San Francisco. Both teams dealing with significant injuries all over the field. Cowboys primarily on the defensive side of the ball, San Fran all over no matter where you look at it.
I mean,
What
isn't Debo gone? Like Achilles?
Debo
San
Samuel,
Francisco.
he's dealing with a recovery.
No, it's Ayuk. It's Ayuk, right?
And Ayuk
I
is
used them for the year. San Francisco's dealing with Christian McCaffrey, obviously. Achilles injury, nigga went all the way to fucking Norway to try and fix that shit. Jordan Mason's not living up to par for right now. George Kittle just started practicing. He did have a foot strain. And then Tebow got out the hospital from having pneumonia. Brandon Ayuk's done for the year. Ricky Parcells is going to start, even though he's G Unit 50 right now. That's what he's coming back. Don't forget Chris Conway probably gonna make his appearance in the game anyway. So, and also Jawan Jennings, I don't know his status, and George Kittle, we don't know. You know what the defense is? Defense is all fucked up, but the main components of the defense is there: Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Charvarius Ward, and Diamador Lenore is all still there. For us, Leonard Floyd is still there also. So. You know, we just got to stop CeeDee Lamb. That's it, because they can't do anything else. Niners, go to 4-4, 500. Let's go.
All right, you got the Niners. Nico Williams, what say you?
I'm rooting for San Francisco, but I mean, man, it's hard to root against quarterbacks. I hate doing it. I want Dak. Dak, you got paid so much, man. They're like, this is your second contract extension in like 2 years. You keep getting them, and they keep giving you more money. So I don't understand what's going on out there. On tape, you don't look that bad to me. It's just tough games, man. Tough games. But yeah, San Francisco, I think that I'm lying. Dallas gonna mess around and pull it out.
We got splitting opinions like always. Right now, San Fran currently is a 4.5-point favorite to win the game.
Interesting.
We will see. This is the game either Dak Prescott finally rises and pulls out an MVP level carry performance to win the game, or he gets smothered again by San Francisco. And then, of course, at the bottom, we do have a game nobody probably cares about that much. It's going to be New York Giants going to Pittsburgh on Monday night to probably get smothered. Another episode of Russell Wilson probably having a show. Oh, no, this is what we got most people probably going to Pittsburgh.
Hey, shout out Malik Neighbors always.
But, you know, this is the NFL side of the show. But this week, we were blessed with the NBA. The NBA did begin this week. And so I felt it was necessary to not only bring up the NFL, but bring up the NBA. So I'm going to have fun with my esteemed guest today. And we're going to make a few predictions over the course of this show. You know, of course, I'll hear Randy Moss. We're going to go with a few predictions for this show. So what I'm going to do, you can see the current standings of all the teams if they played, which everybody's played at least one game as of this point. All I'm going to do, I'm going to name you a team. You are going to tell me your predictions for where they will end up by the end of the season, and whether it will be in the finals, first, second round of the playoffs, in the draft lottery for a top 5 pick, or where do you think they will end up at? I will name a team. We're going to start with the East first. Amazing Spider Cam, I want you to start off wonderfully and tell me where the 0-2 76ers, where Paul George and Embiid have not played a game yet. Tell me at the end of the season where they will end up.
Well, you know, just like Lil Durk, the feds are on Embiid right now for, saying he's not playing back-to-backs with the money he got paid on Paul George. Probably the weakest player in terms of mentality. We're about going to another team where he just got coerced and going to by Embiid, I guess. So Tyrese Maxey hold it down for us. PMP holding it down. Still think the Sixers make the playoffs, but out in the first round, pretty much.
He got the Sixers on a first round exit. Nico Williams, do you agree or disagree where you got them Sixers at?
It's kind of hard for me because I know in the off season, and during the regular season, their record's not going to reflect how good they can be. So it's really going to depend on if they end up in that 7 or 5 spot or something like that. So it's really going to depend on where they go. And now if they end up being one of the top seeds and they actually play a decent amount of games where they can get 50 something wins or something and end up at towards the top, I say second round exit.
He says the curse continues for the 76ers second round exit. I'm gonna be fair, I'm not gonna use any outright bias, but I think right now it doesn't look good for the injury bug. It's something that they have to avoid in order to make a deep run into the playoffs. They're going. Quote unquote super teams or combinations haven't really been good as of recent years. So I'm just gonna say I think it continues. I don't think they make it into the playoffs clean, healthy, with a good bill of health. Somebody gonna be missing. Somebody ain't gonna make it, even though I pray everybody has good health to make it there. I just don't really see it as they started out with them not playing the game. And we clearly see if them two don't play, they can't win. So, or at least they're not winning. I ain't gonna say they can't win. It's a little early in the season, but I'm just gonna say I think based on like the standings, I don't think the standings are gonna reflect this like that. So I think they're gonna just skip out at being a top 4 seed because of the injuries.
Squeak it out, huh?
I think they're gonna eke out at a first round exit. It's gonna be a little bit disappointing in the first place, just because I don't think they're gonna make it there fully healthy. I just don't. So we got two of the most injury prone players in the league. I just don't think so. I think the first round exit against a top 4 seed.
Prone.
Yeah, injury prone. I mean, a top 4 seed, like it could be they look. They end up in like a number. I mean, last year they end up in a number 7 seed, and we knew there was a top 3 team when all healthy. So I think this year they end up with like a 6, probably like 6 round. I mean, 6, and they end up playing like the Bucks or the Knicks in the first round, and it just don't go well. I think they get lose. So we got that one. All right, you Nico Williams, I'm gonna start with you. Speaking of the Knicks, I want you to tell me where you think the Knicks are gonna end up by the end of the season.
Man, that's tough. I think the East is so tough this year, but I'm gonna go. The Knicks are. I can see a second round exit for them.
We got another second round exit and make it past the first and run up into a cold team. Amazing Spider Cam, as you hide your face to speak on Nick Nation, we can say you. Is Amazing Spider Cam here?
Because I definitely know that the Knicks Cat's still getting used to things. I'm still trying to figure out how he really fits in, but definitely as far as spacing goes, I think they answered their Pacers problem from last year. Being able to run up and down the floor and stuff. So I mean, it wouldn't be out of the realm of imagination for them to go to the Eastern Conference Finals and face the Celtics. I would say. I don't mean to overcast my guess, or my prediction, but pieces are there for the Knicks, I think.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna respect the Knicks, and I will say because they're the youngest, most fit-looking team probably in the East. They don't really have a lot of people that are like injury prone compared to a lot of these other teams. The Bucks, not Giannis not being able to stay healthy the last couple of years heading into the playoffs. The Sixers, of course, we're already seeing that, and the Cavaliers just haven't been able to keep it together. I'm gonna say the Knicks make it to the ECF, and I think they lose to Boston. I'm just gonna be honest. I think they lose to Boston in 7. So I'll give the Knicks an ECF, and I think that's gonna be it for them. Amazing Spider Cam, welcome back. What say you about the Knicks?
Well, you lose Randall and DiVincenzo again, bad kitty. So I don't know how far they really reach. But Josh Hart's inconsistent. Brunson's still going to be the leading scorer. But, the wear and tear of the season is an issue for the Knicks because Josh Hart playing 100%. He had taped ribs, and Brunson had a brace on his hand and all this other shit. And Julius Randle didn't really step up because he was injured. And, it's just Cat. He doesn't show up in primetime moment. So I think the Knicks might be out the first round if
wow.
Earliest. Not first round, second round.
Wow. Oh, okay.
I got Knicks out probably second round, just the wear and tear of the season. That's how they really lost to Indiana. They're just like wear and tear, and then
I'm Thibodeau.
They went
and
like
if they lose out this season, get rid of motherfucking Tom Thibodeau. That's all I'm saying.
they did make it, and then they just went about 6 deep, and it fell apart literally. All right, Amazing Spider Cam. Since we don't have our resident Doc Rivers hater here, we're gonna have to use you. What say you about the Bucks? How far are the Bucks gonna make it this season? What's gonna happen with them?
The Bucks are the same team they've always been. It's no different.
But they're a champion team. They won a championship.
They did. Dame didn't make them great, better, but it's just what's Brook Lopez going to do for you? Give you 10 points, and then Dame is going to jack up threes. Giannis going to give you double doubles, and then what else? Bobby Portis is going to step in when Chris Middleton isn't available because he isn't available now. So it's just this is another second round team that's just going to be out. It's as simple as that. I think they get around a first round team more than anything, but the upgrade to Dame Lillard didn't do nothing last year, and they're going to be in the same boat. I guarantee it. I just don't really see anything for the Bucks. They're nothing special.
Nothing special. They got a top 3 player in the world, Unigo Williams.
Man, I don't know if Dame clicks, but I did see that Giannis is improving. I feel like from a jumper standpoint, we saw him doing a lot of playing around out in Greece and walking through the main streets of Milwaukee, which is actually they do have some mean streets. But I gotta say, I think that we might be seeing the Bucks in that championship. I mean, in that Eastern Conference championship.
As far as the Bucks go, the thing that worries me is never offensively them. It's always one if Giannis can stay healthy, but it's defense. And right now, their first 2 games, we've already seen the Sixers without their 2 best stars score over 100. And then, of course, you let the Chicago Bulls beat you by the 11 points, and they scored 133. So for me, it's the defensive problem that they had last year on the Doc Rivers starting to rear their ugly head again. So if they cannot defensively pull anything together, I can't do it, but I can't do it. But of course, we are joined by the one and only Zale. Zale,
go! Start off strong. Go! Start off strong. We talk about the Bucks. Go!
Listen, y'all knew I came in right. When you talk about the worst defensive team in the league, they are trash on defense. Listen, my 76ers didn't have neither one of their star players. We scored 100. Thank God that we had no other player to help us in that situation. Come on, but listen, they play no defense. Doc can't coach. They 1-1 with one of the best players in the league. Well, they might not. They ain't even in the playoffs right now. At least if you say the 76ers.
2 games, we over here like this, man.
Listen,
like this
now. The 76ers are 14 and none of the star players play. I understand it. Y'all had all y'all players play with Doc as a coach. Y'all 1-1. Y'all got whooped by the Bulls. Y'all got destroyed by the Bulls. Zach LaVine back. I get it. He a dog.
Lonzo
a dog. But you got Giannis. And you literally can't stop nobody from scoring. Why? Because Doc don't coach. They not even letting to halftime to figure them out no more. They figure them out after the first quarter. As Phil Jackson once said, y'all know he don't make adjustments. We're gonna come back and win the game. That's his motto for the rest of his life. Words of Phil Jackson. That's Doc's legacy. That's the reason he been up 3-0, 3-1 so many times they came back. Why? Because he doesn't make adjustments. Once you figure out their defense, you're going to score the rest of the night because he's not changing. He's just going to do a raspy voice and try to pretend like he can because he knows he has a job no matter what. And shout out to StreamYard for raising their prices, and I'm late because I'm on CP time.
Oh, so he says. It's understood. But basically, Zell, I'm giving teams, and when I give you this team, you're just going to tell me how far, what do you think going to happen with them by the end of the season? Are they making the playoffs? How far are they going to make it? Are they not making it? Are they making a lottery ticket? So that's your prediction. So the Bucks, since you told us that Doc can't coach naturally and everything, how far do you think the Bucks are going to make it this season? Or what will happen by the end? Will they not make it? How far? What round? Let me know your prediction.
First round exit. They gonna make the playoffs because Giannis and Giannis regardless. But Doc is Doc, so they gotta get on the first round. They might even be up 3. They might even be up 3-1. Go home first. Like if y'all see them be up 3-1, don't be like, Trevor, what you say? What you say? I'm be like, it's that time. Y'all know what time it is.
All right. I guess we'll do one more for Zale being here. Zale, those since I mentioned them yesterday, the feisty Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton struggles early, but they are 1-1 right now. They made it to an Eastern Conference Finals last year. Zale, what's gonna happen to the Pacers this year?
First round exit.
Boy, the playoff gonna be brutal this year.
I'm just saying, listen, who they beating in the top 4? I don't think they can beat the Knicks. I don't think they can beat the 76ers when they actually play. They sure ain't beating the Celtics.
Are we turning on Halliburton?
Who they beating?
Halliburton
I like Halle, but who they gonna beat? That's my question.
I don't know if it's still the injuries lingering, you know, because he was injured last year, but the depths and the extension of that injury, we still don't know, to be fair. At least I don't. This year he's still struggling. Last game he had no points. I mean, for the star and the rising all-star and almost superstar level that he was almost reaching from February to the playoffs last year, to go from that and just, I don't know what's going on with Halliburton. But I mean, if he's not going, this team ain't making it past the first round. You know, they'll make the playoffs, but they not making it past the first round for me if Halliburton ain't going.
Monte, I am gonna say that your Celtics is gonna be the 1 seed, but they the most boringest team I ever seen to watch in my life. If I see another 63 game in my life, they shot 60-some threes, dog. I do not want to see 63. That is the most boring game I've ever watched in my life. They just were jacking them up. I'm like,
hey,
nobody gonna
drive
right now. Ain't gonna do no crossover. Yo, we watch basketball and nobody did a crossover.
I mean, that's the league, jacking up threes.
They walked up and shot 3. I'm like, this is so boring.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when Porzingis come back, and ain't gonna be no bellas. I'm gonna tell you right now, there'll be no better when he comes back.
I looked at the stats. Everybody but y'all 12th man in game 1 shot a 3. Matter of fact, everybody on the team shot, besides the center, who's the 11th man on the team, shot more threes than they did 2. Al Horford shot 8 shots, 5 of them were 3s. How is your center shooting more 3s than 2s? I don't even see crossovers no more. They don't even do crossovers. They just walk down the court and shoot. That shit was crazy.
We will see, though. We will see. I am happy to beat the Knicks to show that, okay, even more without Porzingis, we can smother them if need be. All right, but that is the West. I mean, that is the East, but you know, we have
let me chime in on my Pacers real quick. I just want y'all to know.
Go ahead on Pacers.
Listen to this right here. And I think these are decent names if you say them and see how deep we go. Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, James Wiseman, Benedict Mathurin. I know y'all done with James Wiseman. I know y'all done with him, but
y'all see Ben Simmons back?
No, I mean Wiseman's out for the year.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, trade for Ben Simmons.
Miles Turner, Obi Toppin, Aaron Naismith, and TJ McConnell. Ooh, and that's not even getting all the way. Those are some solid. That's a solid group of people. So I think that anybody can get it at any point, but it does depend on Tyrese to make sure that Siakam is happy, Toppin's happy, and Miles Turner got to figure out somebody got to take these keys to this franchise. I know they're trying to put on Tyrese right now. One of these bigger dudes, Paul's, definitely got to say, I demand the ball. Miles Turner was somebody that's never done that. So somebody got to take over on this team, pull that Shaq levels of feed me. And I mean, I don't even know if I see that much from Siakam because he didn't have that much pressure on him, I feel like, in Toronto. So now it's like, we are looking at you to score 20 and we need 20 and 12 out of you easy every night. And I'm looking at you, Obi. I need you to do some work in the paint too. So, I mean, on paper, especially like some of the bench work, it can get ugly for some teams if they're not ready, because Indiana is essentially like a Boston in regards to they're going to chuck them threes up too. But it's just about, we needed something for them for the bigger lineups like a Boston or now the Knicks. And I think that they addressed those needs this year.
Shout
out
to Ben Simmons averaging a cool 7, 6, and 6.
I mean,
all of it in the first half because he don't play in the second half.
Yeah, he still ain't shooting, so I mean, it is what it is. He still ain't shooting. But
he shoot all the shots in the first half, and then he done. So and then he cussed the fan out for telling him to shoot the ball after he shot all his shots in the first half. Leave me
Somebody
alone.
said that he could be a great backup for Draymond Green right now. Somebody said that.
That's basically who he is. 7, 6, and 6. What Draymond said? What's 7, 6, and 6?
To the next one, because we have to go to the West, which might be even
Draymond
more.
is 6, 4, and 4. Ben Simmons doing better than Draymond.
So let us start. Amazing Spider Cam. We're gonna go ahead and start with the good ones. Amazing Spider Cam, you tell me what you think the Mavericks represent for Hollywood Sensei. Shout out to Hollywood Sensei 215. What do you think the Dallas Mavericks are going to do this season?
I mean, you got Clay who can just shoot and do perimeter defense, so that's fair. You got yourself a third man because it wasn't going to be Daniel Gafford. It wasn't going to be anybody else on that team. So, and Clay looks like he's adjusting well. I give the Mavericks a chance. You know, at the very least, second round off Luka alone. Now you got Clay in the mix. I think they could survive a second round.
Will we get fat Luka or regular Luka?
So you think in Western Conference Finals, that's where you think they end up at, or get put out it?
I think put out second round. Yeah.
Oh, he said we getting fat Luka. Then that's what he mean.
The clone. We get the clone Luka.
He said second round. All right.
We get fat Luka second round.
You gonna need him second round? You agree, or what say you?
Western Conference Finals.
Oh, we got the WCF. All right, and Zell Mays.
Looking
Since
good.
the West is wide open, what say you?
If we get fat Luka, second round. If we get regular Luka, third round. So the semifinal. We going to the conference final.
Okay, so
they going to the conference?
Saying this is their champion, but I'm pretty sure I figure who they are. Unico Williams. We have to do it. What the Lakers doing this season?
Oh man,
We have to do it.
Western Conference Finals. Kyrie versus LeBron. TNT. TNT prime time. 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. 7:30 Pacific. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every day that you got to work the next day.
He got them going to the WCF. Zell, what say you?
As my guy Cosmat did today after he fought Robert Whitaker, he knocked his jaw out. The Lakers is a play-in team, and they're gonna get their jaw knocked out.
Oh, that's the biggest gap I've seen yet. We got one Western Conference Finals, one play-in. Amazing Podcast, what say you?
Lakers.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
First round.
Oh man,
We have the biggest splash I've seen. We have one Western Conference Finals, one first round, one play-in. If I be honest, the Lakers, let's see.
Wait till AD not play, and then see what they.
Let's see.
relax from the AD don't play narrative. Don't do that.
It's not AD that's I think gonna be the problem. I don't think LeBron's gonna play the full season because he hasn't the last few seasons. So I think taking away a little bit from them, though I do think because the kryptonite of the Lakers, which is the Nuggets, don't look like the same Nuggets, missing KCP, having to try to see what's going on with Jamal Murray. I don't know if Jamal Murray is gonna be able to do what he needs to do. Because their kryptonite might not be at the top like before, the Lakers, I think, will make. I think second round is good. I think we at least talk about them getting to second round. And as long as the matchup isn't horrible, I think second round at least. The only team to be fair, I think second round. I think to be fair, LeBron, as long as he maintains good health, makes the playoffs. AD maintains health, makes the playoffs. I think second round is easy. There's only only about two teams I really see that I would say emphatically would beat the Lakers. Everybody else I think is like a toss-up. I think only two teams emphatically I think would beat the Lakers. One of them we're gonna go ahead and mention now. Zell May. What the Thunder doing this season?
The Thunder gonna hoop shot getting better. They got a real shooting guard. They got that kid Diddler out there. They got him out there. They got him out of the building. He out there playing weird music while Luka out there trying to pay attention. I don't know what he got going on in his videos. You need to get rid of that. But I feel like to be honest, they got a veteran now at shooting guard, DeMar DeRozan. Not DeMar DeRozan.
You talking about
Alex Caruso?
Yeah, they got Alex Caruso, and then they got some veterans now. They're gonna help them. They got some playoff experience. Really still a really young team. I think they're gonna be really solid. I got them going. Oh, it's gonna be based on matchup second and third round because Ja is back, and I'm sorry, Ja is that much of a different makeup from the Grizzlies.
You got second or third. Which one you choosing?
Let's go. Let's put them in. I don't know how well Minnesota gonna adapt. So we gotta see. Let's go second.
You got second round. Amazing Spider Cam, what say you? Go Cold Semi Thunder.
You said Thunder or Memphis?
The Thunder.
Thunder.
Second round.
I'm in agreement.
3 second rounds. Whew.
I just hate that youth right now. I hate that. And you told Alex Caruso to come in there and build a championship team and lead these guys. It's better. It's just better vets out there than Alex Caruso.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a bit of a tough one.
They babies still. They like the Kings. They babies.
I'm gonna be fair. I think they make the finals. I'm gonna say give it a strong one.
Go to the finals or Western Conference finals.
Finals. I think that's the team that comes out the West. To be fair, I think.
Oh, you said Shaq gonna be him this year? Shaq that.
I really do because spoiler. I'm gonna ask y'all later on in the show. I think Shaq takes MVP this year. That's gonna be my first thing. I think he's gonna be the MVP. He was third runner up last year. Second only to Nuggets, the great one, the Joker, and a questionable one in Luka Doncic is like the only other real comparison. I think he takes it. I think this year he gets it. I'm just gonna be fair with you. I really think this year he's just gonna go bonkers. I think he goes and leads his team to the finals. The only reason last year that they came up a little bit short, one was matchup, and then the other one was just he didn't have a secondary star. I'm questioning if they're gonna have that, but if Chet Holmgren can step up and be that, they got way better defensively. Just to be fair, they got better defensively. They don't have Hardenstein yet. Hardenstein comes in the lineup. I think they shut down defensively, and I think they just use that to prepare themselves to a finals. Because there's nobody in the West that's world beaters just because of the changes to some teams. So I think they can get to the finals. I think that's a ceiling I got for them. Amazing Spider Cam, I'm gonna go to you. The Timberwolves. What say you? How far are they going? What's going on with them this year?
I think Western Conference Finals.
You think they're going back? They're going back? Really? No.
Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, we got Jaden McDaniels, and also Julius Randle putting up 15, and Donovan DiVincenzo, he's going to pull up his threes. So I think they have an actual chance this year to go Western Conference Finals.
He got them going to the WCF. Unico Williams, what say you?
What version of Joe Ingles y'all getting? The one that play?
But Joe Ingles don't start, do it? No, he don't.
Man, this team looks way too iffy for me. I'm sorry, it just looks way too iffy for me. They could. I mean, you might push to 7 games in the first round, possibly, and maybe lose 3-1 second round. But I mean, I think if they don't make any changes, this lineup doesn't scare me. Ant is the only one that I really respect like that, like on this team, and even he can be iffy. So I'm going the first round exit, but they may even have to play in to get there.
Oh, they're gonna be better than Ant. Ain't gonna let them be no play.
Don't act like a play in can't have over 50 wins. Let's be real. But I'm just saying.
I'm a
reserve for your Lakers.
Zelmay, what say you?
I got them going to the conference finals. Why? Because it's risky. Because I do have them beating OKC, and it's risky. And that's why I fought with. But they are going smaller ball, and they're going to be a lot tougher than they was last year in terms of toughness. DiVincenzo already trying to fight half of New York already. I'm just saying, like, they needed it. They need, they needed one of them Villanova dogs out there. You know what I'm saying? They needed somebody to fight, and it's gonna all depend on how well they rookies adjust, because they got 2 scoring rookies, the one from Illinois and the old boy from Kentucky. If they can get them involved, I think they'll have an explosive offensive team. Their defense is gonna be worse than what last year. It's not gonna be as good. Because Gobert is still Gobert at the end of the day. But you saw last night when they beat the Kings, it was a high scoring game, so they're not as good defensively. But you saw Julius Randle with 33, Anthony Edwards with 32, Nas Reed with 19. That's gonna be like the big three scoring wise until they get the other two offensive players. And they got to because, like I said, their defense isn't as good. So they're gonna have to get them young boys involved to score more. And so it's gonna depend on how that goes this season. But I think they're gonna do well because I really like them too, Rickies. And I think they're not gonna be starters and they don't have to start. And Joe Ingles, like I said, if you get the right version of him, but hopefully you don't have to need him with them two Rickies play, I think they'll be an explosive scoring team. Ant got to step up and be him, and he can't just like take time off. And he don't have his friend no more, so you don't have to like force it to somebody. But they got to stop playing that one-on-one ball though. That's the one thing they got to adjust to too. Because right now it's just your turn, my turn, and I don't know how that's gonna work. But that's also getting people involved, and it's on the coach. We're gonna see how it goes. But I'm scared to say third round. I'm gonna go with it, conference final, because I have faith in them Rickies, and I think the coach is actually a decent coach. But if it's my turn, your turn, they will go out in the second round to probably OKC.
I'm gonna be fair. I was struggling to which one I wanted to give them, but I'm gonna be understanding, and I'm gonna say, I'm going my first round. That team just sounds like a first round exit. I'm not even gonna hold you. It sounds like a first round exit to me. I don't. This team is really now dependent on Ant. It depends on Ant being like an MVP level player because Karl-Anthony Towns, all the crap we gave him for the playoffs last year, that man averaged over 20 points in the regular season. That's 20 points they're not gonna have that they would need from like Randall and DiVincenzo. With DiVincenzo's a shooter, wonderful, but I don't know if Randall, your starter, is gonna like. He gave 33.
He averaging 25 right now.
He gave 33 last night, which is wonderful. How often do we expect Randall to really be that way?
He was 5 for 6 from 3.
We don't think Randall. Going. Nobody here thinks Randall's gonna keep it going because Randall never kept that going. So nobody believes it. Now, if he dials back the clock and Randall becomes the first round player we thought he was gonna be, cool. They can make it to the Western Conference Final. I don't believe that. Just being fair because he hasn't shown that in recent years. Now, it might be because of Tom Thibodeau, might be because of who he's playing with, whatever. Julius Randle is not shown to be a consistent 30-point scorer. It's not Julius Randle. So
I gave 15.
I think their offense is going to be better, though, because I think they got a lot more scores than they did last year. The defense is going to be worse.
But see, defensively, I think it's going to be worse. It's going to hurt you in a league where you're in the West where everybody shoots. The other problem, I think, is
Mike Conley might be a problem.
The other problem is in the playoffs, they have the same Rudy Gobert weakness that they have always had. That weakness ain't going nowhere. There's going to be a 7-foot tall man that's going to get crossed up like he did when Luka went up at him last time. So depending on the matchup they go against, it might happen again. And this time, it just might be first round because I don't think the Timberwolves are going to be a top 4 ranked team. I don't think they're going to be on. I think
Nas Reed say he's saving the day.
I think they'll be somewhere like 5 or 6.
Nas Reed 6th man of the year.
Respect on his name, please.
Nas Reed averaging 15. What you mean? Nas Reed, he get 15. Randall got 25.
They need a star. They don't need Rapo.
My last thing on them is also in regards to Watson is right about Julius Randle. He had his time to be the guy. You're not Jermaine O'Neal, bro. Just go out there, space the floor, do what you got to do. You not J.O., bro. I'm sorry. You had your time with the Lakers. You were supposed to be that guy. You didn't show up. It's over with. Just hit the mid-range, please.
Lakers are a perfect example. That first game did not look good. Like, literally, Anthony Davis had whatever he wanted to do down there.
Sure did.
Nothing of Nas Reed. We didn't hear nothing of Julius Randle that game. No, but on the game where y'all run to the races with the freaking Kings, of course we hear about y'all then because they don't play defense right now either. Right now, I ain't talking about perfect. Right now,
that's their first game of the season too. By the way, the Kings.
I'm not buying it. So like, just to me, I think they're somewhere like 5 or 6. They won't be in the play-in, but they'll be around 5 or 6. And the first round matchup, if it's not a good team, I think they get put out. That's how I look at it. But let me continue on with Nico Williams, the Joker and the Nuggets. Say you.
This might be their first play-in year.
Oh my God!
I hate to say it. It's the man. I hate to say it. I love my boy Russ. He's a nice addition. He's gonna bring some dog to him. But if I'm not mistaken, hold on real quick. I think the Joker era is over. He's still gonna do what he does. I get it. He does things. I completely understand that. But I'm looking at it. I mean, you still gonna have your random nights from MPJ, Michael Porter Jr.
Unless you play the
You might.
Lakers.
We're gonna see how many games Jamal Murray can play, and then you talking about Russell Westbrook out here. I'm looking at this roster. Who? What do we used to put on our old show at the end of it? Who are these niggas? Who's Black Car? Who's Black Cocaine Car? Jalen Pickett, Spencer Jones, Andrew Funk in the house, Zeke Naji. Okay, y'all still got Dario Saric out here getting minutes in the NBA. He ain't playing overseas.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think they're
sorry,
gonna
but
be-
this team is just not deep enough. And what we looking for a savior in DeAndre Jordan to come out there and drag us to the finish line. They might be playing in, dog.
All right, that's a good prediction. We got one play in. I'm not knocking you. The team was top heavy. Last year they were starting five heavy. Now they had a wonderful starting five, but they were starting five heavy last
Hey,
year.
listen, starting five, baby.
Now you missing one of those starting five. KCP done went to the Magic, so you missing one of those starting five. I'm not knocking you for what you think. Zell May, what say you? Nuggets.
That's a team I think Minnesota beating in the first round again.
I mean,
I think the reason I didn't put Minnesota first round is simply because I think the young boys they can score and really quick is gonna run around that slow team. That team is very slow. They will outscore that very slow team. That team is slow. Did y'all watch them play? They are slow.
I mean, Joker is saying that he's not really in shape right now either. So
Joker is out of shape. Russ is older. They are slow. That team gotta be KCP. I realized how important he was. He was the only quick person on the team.
Nuggets.
Jamal Murray is slow.
Now, by the way,
I mean, I'm not knocking.
The Clippers ain't got nobody but one man who like to dribble. But
I mean, I'm not knocking you. They might be off the really slow start, depending on how long it takes Joker to get in the phone.
Oh shit! Well, just to update, Joker is 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 35 points. So,
I mean,
they're gonna beat the Clippers.
He gonna have to do this thing, but just to be fair, I think the only difference between me and Zell May got the Nuggets playing the Timberwolves in the first round, and Timberwolves getting by them. I don't. That's the only real difference between me and him. Amazing Spider Cam, what say you with these Nuggets?
That team's slow though. It's so slow.
With me, how far Joker takes him? I mean,
I need an answer.
Is that not how it's always been?
Yeah, it is. That's why we need your answer. How far you think Joker taking them?
First round exit.
Second round exit. Second round.
Bro, when you realize how slow they are, I'm telling y'all gotta watch them. That game was the slowest. I've been seeing some awful basketball.
Well, I'm not knocking it for second round either because, like I said, I really think the West is just really. I think it's pretty much wide open. I don't think there's even though people have the Thunder as a favorite, and I picked them to win. I don't think it's a lock-in win. I think just the Thunder are the best defensive, like on paper. Just having Caruso, having Isaiah Hartenstein, and everything. I think when they get prepped up, they're gonna be a wonderful team.
Please, God, don't let OKC play the Denver in the first round. That's gonna be the fastest game.
I think right now they just set up to be young, deep, and can. And as long as Shea has an MVP year, I think they get. That's the message. Now, if he don't get numbers like that, they might not get that far. But otherwise, that's for them. And then finally, Zell May. I need one more team to pick. I'm gonna give you a fun one. What are the Warriors going to do this year?
go off to Steph ankle go away. They gonna go far to Steph ankle go away, and then
what is that then? I need an answer.
Till he get tired of carrying this sorry team around.
What round are playing, sir?
Playing. The other team they're gonna lose in the play-in with the Lakers again.
Oh wow. Okay. Not the rematch.
They just go out in the play.
That's just bad. Amazing Spider Cam, Warriors, what say you?
They're letting Buddy Hill shoot because that's all he fucking wants to do. Steph is gonna be Steph.
It worked.
Draymond's gonna be Draymond. Draymond at the 5 is fucking nasty, but
Draymond averaging 4. He averaging less than Ben Simmons. First half, Ben Simmons, though he played in the second half. That nigga averaging 0 in the second half.
Draymond at the 5 is disgusting, but hey, guess we both ain't shit. That white boy, I guess he's gonna be the new Clay. Shout out to the Warriors. They're gonna probably do the play-in.
We got a play-in. Nico Williams, you agreeing to play in with these other two?
I'm going play in because I'm looking at Jonathan Kuminga with 18 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 points. You can't be that big and play all them minutes and not do nothing. I can't see it.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's scoring 13 points. Y'all think
This is looking bad.
Jamal
It's
Murray
looking
got
like
the 2 threes. I've been asking fucking what's that
Parlay.
motherfucker?
All
Michael
right.
Porter Jr. I've been asking Michael Porter Jr. for 2 threes, but Jamal Murray got 2 and Jokic got fucking 6. So, I mean,
Anthony Davis every 35
All righty,
points
boys.
a game is crazy.
It's time to end off the show with a wonderful way. You got the East, you got the West. I need you to give me your finals matchup, who wins, and your MVP for this year. Amazing Spider Cam, as you yawn because you're bored, you can be up first. I need your finals matchup, the winner, and your MVP for this year. It don't have to be finals MVP if you want, but just an MVP, the matchup, and the winner.
finals MVP and MVP of the league.
MVP of the league. Finals MVP could be whoever, as we clearly saw last year. So I don't even want to bother with finals.
wow.
You can start off with your MVP, then we'll go to the finals and then go to your finals winner.
SGA MVP.
I agree. All right. You got who going out the East and the West? Who you got in the finals?
West in the finals.
Let's see.
It's gonna be a rough one, but
it's gonna be rough. There's no concrete favorite in the West other than
I have no favorite in this one either.
I'm gonna shock y'all.
Let's go. Listen, for the West, give me. I'm taking the Thunder.
He got the Thunder in the East versus
Celtics. Easy work. I don't got no favor anybody else.
And who's gonna win? Thunder.
I hate to say it. Thunder Celtics back to back, maybe.
In the most boring finals ever.
I mean, that sounds wonderful to me. It really does.
65 threes is insane.
Wonderful. Matter of fact,
back to back.
It sounds so good. I'm gonna 100% agree with the Amazing Spider Cat. I'm going straight up Boston, straight up Thunder. I sound.
So you picked. We knew it because you picked them before. You said it already. Well, you said Thunder going to the final.
It really does. Unico Williams, it is your turn. I need you to give me your MVP of the league, your finals matchup, and the finals winner.
Anthony Davis, MVP.
Anthony Davis? Ooh.
Yeah. With a defensive MVP to go with it. He wants it this year. So you scored 35 and then play defensively the way you have been. Yes, sir. Let's do it. I'm saying they're giving this Lakers-Boston rivalry one more last chance for the ratings because Lakers not going to the finals for a while. Like after LeBron goes, I don't even know what kind of big team they building. I just see this being an AD built team. It's over with after this. So Lakers for the ratings. I think that Tatum says, "Listen, I need to get this MVP." But he might do it in a losing effort. Lakers, LeBron James takes it home. He walked out of there, walked into the sunset like Peyton Manning with terrible stats. And it's over. The end of the story. I played with my son. I averaged 14, 10, and 9. Let's go.
That's crazy. I think he is the most slanderous to me that we lose to the Lakers. Oh, that's the most slanderous.
Tatum gonna try too hard.
It'll be the most slanderous one. Oh, I might not watch basketball after that if I had to go through that. And Zell May, can you be any more shocking than that? Who is your MVP?
Anthony Edwards will be the MVP.
Anthony Edwards,
because he has to be the MVP for his team, so he's gonna be the MVP.
You with our comments up in here saying Anthony's gonna be the MVP. Okay. Do you have the same Timberwolves versus the Celtics?
There you go, Boston Thunder.
Nope,
not crazy.
I have a surprise. I have a team I'm picking to be the.
You better not say the Spurs. I swear to God.
No.
Okay.
Memphis gonna be the 5th seed. And they going to the finals and shock the world with Ja
Morant
coming back, returning versus the Celtics, and they'll lose to the Celtics because Ja can't do it by himself.
Memphis was a team we did not talk about because they still light work.
I could've said
Ja,
Memphis.
him.
Memphis
Ja.
is a really good question mark right now just because of Ja returning back to the lineup. Memphis is a really big question mark. I wasn't gonna put that. I ain't want to put that on nobody because who knows what Memphis is gonna do.
I do it.
But he
Zion and
got
Ja.
some boys
Zion and Ja. The only reason I ain't picking the Pelicans is because the day the playoffs start, Zion gonna get hurt because he always.
I pray that don't happen.
So I
Knock
can't
on
pick them.
wood. Get rid of that word. Don't let
If
Zion-
Zion doesn't get hurt, they going to the final. Y'all seen him? They ain't
I have
stopping
seen him, and he has come up short.
They is not
Now
gonna stop him this year.
most of these came up short because of injury. It's never
Exactly.
No, I'm saying if he play, they going to the final, but I don't believe it, so I can't.
Mr. Hicks, stop. We're not gonna do this to Ja. Let
Oh man, you stupid.
Listen, I'm calling Ja. He owe it to the city of Memphis. He coming back. By the way, if y'all ain't noticed, when Ja play, they're top 3 seed every time he play. And we don't play, they go out the playoff. Ja is literally him.
What?
Like I think because Ja is kind of ignorant at times, we kind of forget that he him.
Like he is good, but to be fair, they've only made it, I think, to the second round. So
I'm gonna tell you, when he wasn't there, where they make it? They were the last seed. They was the last seed in the East.
They got a top pick in the draft. That's what they got.
That's what that'll get you.
But we see we have predictions. Mine is obviously the Maze Spider Camp said. Of course, I got Boston repeating. Of course, I have I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting the MVP, and I got the Thunder coming out of the ugliness of the West. I ain't gonna hold you. The West is gonna be pretty much anybody's guess at this point.
Zion don't get hurt.
Shout out to the Spurs though. Something to watch. Just something to watch.
I love watching.
Welcome to basketball and sports season, everybody. It is here. Otherwise, that's gonna do it for our show.
Shout out to the Yankees and Dodgers. Great Grand Slam finish.
Shout out to my Dodgers, baby. Let's go.
Listen, baseball got a miracle this year. I just want you to understand. Baseball got a miracle. Getting the Dodgers and Yankees is the best scenario because they're the only 2 teams anybody care about. And then having Ohtani play and having a 10th inning grand slam to win the game, you couldn't. It's scripted. Ain't no way it's that perfect.
It's scripted. We don't.
The Dodgers and Yankees hitting a grand slam in the 10th inning with Shohei. Come on now, Shohei. Like this is scripted. Come on now, this is too perfect. They trying to get their views back. I see what y'all doing baseball.
What say you, Zell? Where can they find you since the NFL, NBA got to find you?
They might not find me on StreamYard no more since they raised these prices.
The fraud watch isn't going anywhere.
And they can find me late because I'm always on CP time. But you can find me at Keep It 99 right there on that channel. Anything overall 99 related or anything Zell May related, I'll be that news as well with my co-host Ruby doing amazing news. We talked about Mayor Eric Adams and all the scandals he had, and it's deep. It runs very deep. I even gave the bling bling pastor an apology because he said the feds were trying to get the mayor. And I'm like, where? They got the mayor.
And of course, Unico Williams representing Laker Nation. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on TikTok, Unico Williams, in pretty much all social media. We're gonna try this thing again, man. Hopefully, we are in a good space to keep on being creative and doing those things like that. Venom, fun for the whole family. Check it out.
That sounds crazy. Amazing Spider Cam. Where can they find you being villainous?
Blur Cartel, Facebook, the X, the TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. Roundtable on Wednesdays. Zell made talking about Mayor Eric Adams or former Mayor Eric Adams. He ain't talking about the Best Eye Aquarium getting concrete up. What's up, man? I thought big on all the news.
That was last time episode. We got something coming, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
We even got next time. We got kick people coming up because a kick streamer got banned because he took a homeless person out to dinner and then dined and dash on the homeless person.
Shout out to the Kick Negroes,
Kick Negroes gonna stay in the news.
And also Friday Night You're talking that wrestling with Afro Comic and Jamel, aka Eastside Reviews.
Gotta love it.
But Cam, we ain't had your opinion on it. How'd you like the SmackDown, the end of SmackDown?
Oh, cinema right there. You got the bloodline back together. good shit. You got you put the rocket up the Motor City Machine Guns asses. They got the titles.
Strap it to him. Strap the
We're for
rocket
it.
to him.
Didn't waste no time. But you know,
I'm ready for war games.
yeah, cinema. I'm still wondering why The Rock had to come out at the end of Bad Blood. But you know, we're not gonna talk about that right now.
Because he's the owner of the company.
We had to worry about that. That made no sense right now. That we're looking like, why the heck did he come out? But anyway, though, not worried about that. Of course,
Why did The Rock make Black Adam? We don't know.
I'm your host, Monterey Hudson, of course. Now, of course, shout out to the Fraud Watch. Since we have so many frauds, I'm gonna give you something new for the first third of the season. We have the Fraud Watch of the quarterbacks entering Week 8. No, number one, Justin Herbert. At this point, we have to start questioning if Justin Herbert is a top 5 to 10 quarterback anymore. So we have Justin Herbert. 2, Kyler Murray. We have to start questioning you as well. Can you carry a team? Are you that guy? Or is it over with? Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy, number 3 and 4, respectively, because now y'all will be tested. Can you carry your team when they're down and out to a much needed win? And then finally, Kirk Cousins, because of the last disappointing 2 losses, and you might be about to have the division served to you on a silver platter, and we're going to see if you're going to take it. But otherwise, I'm your host, Monterey Hudson. Everywhere it says Monterey Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists. And, of course, here on Make It Make Sense, the podcast, every Saturday evening, we will be here. Make sure, look for this lovely logo. This is us on Facebook and on YouTube. Please go subscribe, like, do all the wonderful stuff. We will be here. We love and appreciate all your support. We are here. Come share your opinions, share your thoughts. We will let you know what it is. We will give you more sports updates and more updates on what's going on in the world, as well as on wrestling and why wrestling is clinging to life support. Thank you all for watching very much.
Why does Kyler Murray run like a bad little kid?
And we are out. Peace.
With a